Hello friends, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're returning. My name is Sarah, your friendly neighborhood word nerd, and on this channel we like to focus on books, budgeting, and whatever else comes to mind. If that sounds appealing to you, please be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, hit the notification bell to be notified each time I upload a video, hit the like button, comment, share, do all of the YouTubey things, and let's get started. So, today we are going to be doing a little bit of something different. We are going to be doing a product review. This is a product that I purchased myself. It was not sent to me. There was no extras, no consideration, anything like that. It's just a product that I bought and I thought I would review because some people are looking for a product of this type. Basically what we're looking at is my new e-reader. So with the e-reader, this is a Kobo Libra 2, and let me pop it out of its case. I'm not even sure how to pop it out of the case. It went into the case really easy. There we go. So this is the Kobo Libra 2 e-reader. This is an alternative to a Kindle. So if you are not interested in purchasing from Kindle or from Amazon for whatever reason, and Barnes & Noble has really limited offerings when it comes to their bookstore, like as in their ebooks, it isn't as flexible as, say, a Kindle. Then you may want to consider a Kobo, especially if you if you get your books from, say, like I do, the public library, because Kobo is owned by Rakuten, I think is how it's pronounced, or Rakuten, and that also owns Overdrive, which is one of the largest public library ebook platforms in the world. So there's a lot of options there. So you have the Overdrive app on here, and let me go to home. Let's go back here. So the device itself is super lightweight. You can see here it's a 7-inch screen, so it's a nice and big screen. You end up having like here's on my homepage. Let me scoot in a little bit so you can see a little better. There we go. So on the device itself, you can see there's two buttons here. These are page forward and page back buttons. So let me open the book I'm in. So you can go forward or you can go back, but at the same time you can also just swipe with the page, so whichever way. But the really cool thing about this is you can rotate it, and it rotates in all 4 directions. So if you're like me and you read while lying down, if I'm laying on my right side, then I want it to be like so, because I hold it in my right hand. If I'm lying on my left side, I can flip it over and hold it in my left hand, and I still have the buttons, and I still have this little handle here, so it's not like I'm constantly touching the screen and accidentally changing the pages, because that always kind of sucks. But I'm right-handed, so we keep it normally right down. And if we double tap, oh no, actually, because I'm still learning how to use it. You can actually, if you there we go. I can actually reduce the screen size or the font size, or increase the font size by squeezing or spreading like you do with a normal phone. And there we go. If you press and hold, then you also get additional options. So you can change the font size here, so you can make it nice and big, or you can make it nice and medium, which is where I keep it. You can also change the line spacing, the margins. Justification can be off, left, or centered, or sorry, not centered, or justified, where it's basically you have even margins on both sides. You can also change, the font face, and as in the font that you're using. And there's a whole lot of options in here, including Open Dyslexic. Sorry, there's really a lot of shadows in here today for some reason. So Open Dyslexic, which is supposed to be easier for those who have dyslexia, make it easier for them to read on the screen. And then there's Advanced, where you can see here, you can go through the font sizes, the font faces, and the weight of the weight of the font. So you can see here, it makes it thicker or thinner. So you can actually change how it looks. And again, you can change up the font face in here with the sharpness, and you can actually see what it'll look like. So there are a lot of options. Let me get back here. You can also lock when the rotation, kind of like you can on a phone, where no matter what direction you face it, it's always going to maintain the same orientation. So if I lock it, then I can do auto rotate, portrait, or landscape. And if I choose portrait or landscape, then it will always be in portrait. If I choose landscape, then it'll always be in landscape, and it'll always be facing the same direction. So that's that one. And then you could change the brightness and also change, like I have mine set to natural light. And I just realized something. Hold on a second. There we go. And you can also do lookups. Like there's so much on here. Like there's just so incredibly much on what you can do with this. So like this is a book that I actually checked out from the library, and it connected directly onto my onto the device, so I can return it back to the library with just a touch of a button. It's actually in the menu here. I can add it to my wish list. I can write a review. I can look at the details, the dictionary, related books, hints and tips. Like there's so much on here that just adds on to what the book is. And what the book has to offer in itself. And then there's the header where it's pages left in chapter, and then footer has pages left in book, so you can measure your progress. I have a progress bar, and button controls is previous is top and next is on the bottom. That's the default, but you can actually change that around if you want. So you can tell I'm not usually somebody who does product reviews, so I'm not very organized about this. I think we'll just have to suffer with that. All right, so you can see here, there's actually audiobooks can go onto here as well. So on my audiobooks, I actually have one. I honestly don't know when I purchased this. Amberlow, and I don't think I actually purchased it. I think I got it for free for some reason, but it's not played. It's Amberlow, which is book 1 in the Amberlow dossier. And this is a book that I wanted to read a long time ago, like probably 4 years ago, and I just never got around to it. And I didn't realize I had the audiobook this whole time. But I can also check out audiobooks from the library. I can check out books from the library. Like here it tells me that it expires in 14 days with Rebel with a Clause, which is the book I'm currently reading from the library. Scoot in there. So you can see here it actually tells me that I got it from Overdrive, the size of it, how much I've read, and that it expires in 14 days, which is to say it'll automatically return to the library in 14 days. So it gives me an overview of the books that I have. Amberlow is unplayed. It's an audiobook. And let me see. And there it is. I don't have my Bluetooth connected, which is my my headset. That's not mine. Let me see if I can do it. Yeah, I can't do it on these ones. I'm actually on my headset right now for some reason. I don't remember why I have them on, but I'm not able to set them up to my headset quite yet. But these are for my books. In the Discover section, I was looking at Overdrive, but you have ebooks. And so this is the ebook store. So this is where you purchase the books. And then there's audiobooks where you purchase the books and you can actually get free previews for most of the books, and for the audiobooks there's actually previews available. And then there's Overdrive. And Overdrive is my public library, so I have it hooked up. And everything was super, super easy to hook up. There we go. So everything was super easy to hook up. I just followed the screen. I said yes, that I have a library that I connect to, a public library that I use. And so I was able to just fill it out really quickly. Everything connected super fast. My Wi-Fi, no problems whatsoever connecting to my Wi-Fi. And you can search in the library. You can search in the books in the store as well. And you can actually get related books based on what's in your library. And then there's articles from the web, so you can actually read articles. And so I haven't set that part up, so I'd have to create an account. But you can read articles through Pocket, and you can create a wish list of books that you're interested in, and see what's coming up. And there's just a lot in here in a very simple package. And I also purchased the sleep cover, I think it's called. Let me scoot out a little bit. There we go. So I think it's called the sleep cover. And on Amazon, I actually bought both of these on Amazon. I didn't end up purchasing them from Kobo directly because there were shipping issues. So I canceled that order and bought it from Amazon, and I got it next day. In a lot of cases, you can actually get the Kobo itself. You can get it same day delivery, depending on where you live. So it is readily available, and the prices are very, very similar. I would say it's about a 10 to 20% markup if you go through Amazon versus Kobo. But overall, the prices are similar, if not the same, if that makes sense. Because they have sales on Kobo that they don't have on Amazon. So the prices themselves are the same, but the promotions aren't. So you may get on Kobo, or on the website, the Kobo website, it was the same price for the e-reader, whether I bought it through Kobo or through Amazon, but the case was half off. So it ended up being a little bit of a difference. It was about a $20 difference because of the case that I bought through Amazon. So if you do buy it through Amazon, you'll notice that there is one case that is much cheaper than the others. I think that's a previous version, but it does show the back where it is the hole for the power button. And the only reason I didn't buy the cheaper case is because I couldn't tell from all of the pictures and everything. I couldn't tell what was if it was compatible with my Kobo. So I ended up not buying it, and it is compatible. So just a heads up, and it's super easy. You just take it and press it in. Standard case. It's magnetic, so it does flop over and it stays closed. And the way it works is you can just pinch these two together, you do this, so you pinch these together, and it's actually magnetic, so it sticks. And then you can do that, or well, not really that. So you can do landscape or portrait, and you're able to see what's on the screen and read with hands-free. So that is what we're looking at. If you are looking for an alternative to Kindle, and especially if you do a lot of reading through your public library, I absolutely recommend the Kobo. I got the Libra 2 because in terms of the research that I did, the Libra 2 was the one that was rated the highest. It was on the top of a lot of lists for once you take out the Kindles, in terms of best e-readers out there, that this was the one I saw repeatedly on a lot of lists. once you took out the Kindles, because there is the Kindle Paperwhite, which still is a highly rated e-reader, but I don't like how the e-readers, the Kindle e-readers interact with public libraries. This was just a more sensible approach for me. In terms of the price, it is a little bit more expensive. It is about $200, once you factor in tax. So it is a little bit more expensive than the cheaper of the e-readers, but for all the features that you get, and you're able to do audiobooks, and it's super lightweight, and you can have that rotation. For all of the reasons listed, I think it's definitely worthwhile. I've had it for just over a week now, and the battery has barely gone down. It's at 75%, and I've had it open more often than not because I've been playing with it, not necessarily reading it. As you can see, I'm only 23% in. I'm 165 out of 700 pages. That's because I have the font larger. That's why. So it actually tells me. But yeah, it's because I have been playing with it so much more. That's the only reason it's down 25%, but that's over more than a week. So honestly, I think that's a pretty good deal in terms of the battery. I think that really works out well, and that makes the battery, well lasting and great for if you're going on vacation. You don't need to necessarily bring your charger with you because your e-reader will last. So I'm used to the old school e-readers where they didn't have nearly as many functions. They were a lot more stripped down, and you had to plug them in a lot more. So this is definitely an upgrade for me, and I'm super happy with it. Once again, this is the Kobo Libra 2. This is not a sponsored, promoted, anything kind of review. Obviously, this is probably one of my first product reviews, so I hope this made sense for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this was useful for you. And beyond that, I want to say thank you so much if you stuck with me through this review. If you have any recommendations for books I should download onto here, if you have any suggestions for how I can make these reviews a little bit better, then that would be awesome. Leave comments down below. I'm always happy to hear from you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.